Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for the 2018 Sneaker Awards, Jackson Grange.
What's good? It's your boy JLG here, back at you with another video, and I really hope you enjoyed that quick little intro there. So as you can tell from the title, this is my 2018 Sneaker of the Year Awards. Now, I'm not going to be doing like a top 10, but I will be doing like categories. For example, well, you're going to see the categories, but before I get into this video did take a lot of work, so make sure to go down below, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Just to support the movement and, push my channel forward so I can keep on pumping out some great quality content for you guys. And with that out of the way, let's get into the awards, shall we? Now, our first category will be the Budget Sneaker of the Year. Now, let's meet our contenders, shall we? The first sneaker is any of the Kyries. These are the 4s and the 5s that came out this year. Basically, it's a great quality basketball shoe, something you can rock off the court as well. They come out in many different colorways. One of my favorites was the Taco that came out. That was the Taco collab that came out in the Kyrie 5, and that retailed for $190 Australian or 120 US. Same for the Kyrie 4s of 120 US retail. So I thought that was a great budget sneaker, something you can hoop in, something you can wear casually, and it's just a really great sneaker. Let's make contender number 2. Now for the second sneaker, I had to give this to the Jordan 1 Rookie of the Year. I absolutely love the meaning behind this shoe and the attention to detail with all of the statistics and the quote that you can see when you peel up just behind the tongue. I love the colorway as well, that brown. The only thing that I reckon why that this did not resell for as much as I thought it would is because around the same time that it came out, Travis Scott was showing leak images and sort of giving us little sneak peeks of his Jordan 1, which is a similar sort of brownish colorway. That's why I think that the resale's gone down, because people are sort of like, why am I going to get that when I could get this? Other reasons as well, it's more of a general release Jordan 1. It wasn't that hard to get your hands on. At the start, I thought it was going to be more limited, but it didn't end up being very limited. These retailed for very low as well, great retail price, and it's just a great quality sneaker overall. Jordan 1's always going to be great quality, especially when they're releasing around this time of the year. And what a year it was for Jordan 1, so that has to be nominee number 2. For nominee number 3, I have to give this to the Puma Clyde Courts. Now, this is Puma Basketball, Puma Hoops. This is their new basketball line that just came out this year. They released 5 colorways now actually, but one of them was a Halloween colorway. My favorite, of course, being the black on black colorway. I like how they still keep that sort of Puma running track, because Puma is a running shoe. But this is a basketball shoe, and I think it's really great, especially when the retail is only 120 US. So I thought that was really great, really nice sneaker, and that is contender number 3. Next up is the Nike Air Force 1 all black with the customizable swoosh. Now, this would definitely not be on here if it didn't come with this customizable swooshes, but it does, and you can buy them on eBay and stuff anyway if you don't like the colors that they come with it. But it's an all black Air Force 1, but you can customize it to whatever outfit you have, and that's why it is on the budget list of 2018. Now to pick the winner. I'm gonna have to give this one to the Puma Clyde Courts. This shoe you can just not pass up on. Looks super clean on any one of the colorways even. I love that neon orange. That was the first colorway that they came out with. But every single one of the colorways is affordable, stylish, something you can hoop in, something you can wear casually. Looks great. And it's a different brand, it's Puma, and it's not just sticking to your regular Nike, Adidas, Jordan. It's something a bit outside of the box, something people might go, what are those, oh, those are really nice. So I reckon you would get a lot of compliments on those if you wore them, and they are a budget sneaker of 2018. Next category is the Jordan of the Year 2018. Now, our first contender for this is the Black Cement 3s. Now, a lot of you guys have probably already forgotten about these, but these did release, I believe it was March of this year, so early this year. And I don't think it really requires an explanation. It is one of the best Jordan colorways, and one of the best Jordans, being the 3 of all time. Super clean, super nice, retro with the Nike Air on the back. You can't pass up on these. Pretty obvious why I put them in this list, and let's get into contender number 2. So for contender number 2, I had to give it to the Jordan 11 Concords. What a surprise. I know the Concords were obviously going to be on this list. One of the most iconic Jordans of all time, just like the 3s. But these came in as a general release, so everybody was going down to get those Concords. Super clean, and I heard they're actually going to be restocking again in early 2019, I believe February. But super clean, that colorway really explains itself. But let's get into the next one. For the next Jordan, I decided to select the Jordan 1 Sports Illustrated. Now, this is a super dope colorway, something I've never really seen in a Jordan 1 before. As you can see, the different shades of greens on the Nike swoosh, and I thought that was beautiful. I just loved it, because I'm sort of sick of seeing those Jordan 1s where it sort of follows the same sort of pattern of color on the toe, color on the swoosh, sort of just mixing the same sort of colorway just with different colors. I liked how they did something different where it was still a Jordan 1, but they weren't following that sort of rule book. They sort of did something different. They added to it, So that's why that one is in the Jordan of the Year. And our last Jordan of the year, I had to give it to the Off-White X Jordan 1. Did you guys really think I would not put an Off-White Jordan in here? I'm giving it to the UNC/the All-White European exclusive, because they sort of go hand in hand. I couldn't really select one in particular, but I had to give it to both of those shoes. And the winner of the Jordan of the year is the Jordan 11 Concord. Pretty obvious this was going to be the winner. I mean, it's a Concord. It was super hyped up, not in terms of resale, just in terms of people wanted this shoe. People wanted to see it return, because people weren't trying to buy, the older colorways that came out years ago. They wanted to see it fresh. They wanted to see it re-released, and the people got what they wanted with the Jordan Concord 11. Just a beautiful classic silhouette, and that's taking Jordan 11 of the year. Next up, we have the Yeezy of the year. Now, a lot of great Yeezys released this year, but if I had to pick our first contender, I'm going to have to give it to a shoe that just came out on the day I'm recording this, actually. The most limited Yeezy, I'm pretty sure they said, certainly in recent history. I think it's the most limited V2 of all time, but that has to be the Yeezy Static Reflectives. Now, don't get this confused with the Yeezy Statics that are coming out tomorrow, or in a couple of days, something like that, because they don't have any hype. No one's really, everyone's still trying to get them, but there's not much resale in that. These shoes is the first time we've seen resale back again in a Yeezy. First hyped up Yeezy in a minute, and I really do miss it. So number 1 is going to go to the Yeezy Static Reflective. Contender number 2 is the Yeezy 700 Mauve or Mauve. I don't know. My apologies. I'm not sure how to actually pronounce it. But super clean, super sort of... I like the black combined with the green on this colorway of the 700. Super dope, super clean. That is contender number 2. Next up on the list, we have another Yeezy Static. Now this, I've already mentioned the Yeezy 350 Static in this category, but this is the Yeezy Static 700 coming out on the 29th of December. Retail is $300 US, and this is a really clean colorway as well, so I had to put 2 Statics on the list, but yeah, that is not contender number 3. And for contender number 4, now I know officially this is not a 2018 colorway, but it did restock, and that is the Yeezy 350 Zebra. One of my favorite V2 colorways of all time. I think it's most people's favorite, certainly in their top 3, but the Zebra is just one of my favorite. It explains itself really. It's really dope, just sick, just looks absolutely amazing. Contender number 4 is going to the Yeezy Zebra. And the winner for the Yeezy of the year is the Yeezy Static 350 Reflectives. Now, this should have probably been pretty obvious to you guys. Certainly it was to me. This was the easy choice. Finally, another hyped limited Yeezy. It's been a minute since we've seen one of these, but I was super thankful and super grateful that we got to see one of these this year. And dope, just absolutely dope colorway. Love it, and that is the Yeezy of the year. Now getting into our next category, it'll be the Off-White Sneaker of the year. Starting things off with contender number 1, I had to give it to the Off-White X Nike Air Force One in this sort of limey green colorway. I'll put it up on the screen as you guys can see. Super dope. This was pretty hyped up as well. Came out pretty recently, and if you happen to get your hands on them, then you are very lucky as resell. It's looking pretty nice at the moment, but that is contender number 1. Now let's get into the second nominee. Nominee number 2 is the orange sort of creamy colorway of the Off-White Blazer. This is the Halloween edition, of course, came out around Halloween time with a black colorway as well, but to me, the orangey sort of pair is more special, representing, you know, the pumpkins of Halloween, where the black one sort of represents more of the darkness and the scariness of Halloween, is what I was told, and what I've read online, at least through the stories and what I knew when the shoe first came out. But pretty obvious this was going to be on there. This is on a lot of people's actual sneaker of the year contenders, but of course I'm not doing one of those because it's just too controversial right now. It's too hard for me to give this is all my opinion, but I really didn't want to do one of those lists because I know everyone's ideas of sneaker of the year are just very different, and it's just too hard to do. Next up, I have the black on black colorway of the Nike X Off-White Presto. Now this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sneaker. I love it, I love it, I love it, because I actually really do. I don't mind the Prestos, but when they did this, it just added a sense of flair, because Prestos are pretty cheap, pretty common, but when they added that off-white sort of look to it, I know I sound like the biggest hype beast right now, but it made the shoe better. Virgil did a great job with these. I love what he's done to it, and that is contender number 3. And now last contender is going to be the Air Jordan 1 UNC Off-White X Nike collab. Now, did you really think I was going to leave the Jordan 1s off of this list? Of course not. That is the second appearance for the Jordan 1 Off-White in this video. So that's how you know they're doing pretty well. Resell's looking pretty good right now for them. But just a classic. You know, Michael Jordan went to, North Carolina, so that, of course, university. So, of course, the UNC colorway is a classic of the Jordan 1. But I just had to give it to this, so now the actual Off-White sneaker of the year is the Blazers. Yes, did you guys see it coming? I certainly did. It was pretty obvious. The Blazers, just really nice look. Really nice colorway. Love the shoe, even before Off-White redid it. I just love that swoosh how it comes down to the sole. I reckon it looks sick. But there you have it, the Off-White sneaker of the year. Now getting into our second last category. This is the basketball shoe of the year. Nominee number 1, the Kyrie 5. Now, if you do know me, then you will know that I am not the biggest fan of the Kyrie 4. I tried it on a few times. I've seen a lot of reviews on it and seen a lot of videos, even holding it in hand. It just feels like a really heavy, chunky shoe. I know that the traction is great, the mobility is great, the grip is great, but for me, personally, the Kyrie 5 just felt so light. I'm about to go pick one up, hopefully very soon, within the next month, definitely. But I just love this sneaker. I thought it was just great. I love the sole with the little eyes. It looks sick. The whole concept behind the shoe. Again, the traction's great. The comfort, I've heard, is fantastic from watching reviews. But just the overall look and the potential with the colorways that they're doing. We've seen the Iket with I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. The collab with Concepts have just come out, and they look beautiful, like beautiful, beautiful. So they are our contender number 1. Now getting into contender number 2, we have the PG 2.5s. Now, very controversial sneaker this year because a lot of people are saying they've overdone it with the PGs, but still to this day, pretty much every one of my friends owns a PG because that's just how great they are. The PG 2.5s, they've done it again in my opinion, and they're just a great, great, great basketball shoe. I've heard from a lot of people saying that their comfort's just fantastic, traction, grip, mobility, weight, airflow, just everything about the whole sneaker is just great, especially when we see those PS4 sort of colorways. It just makes the shoe way more insane. Getting into nominee number 3 now, I have the Kobe 1. Now they've redone it. I'm not going to list a certain colorway because I love the Lakers colorway. Love the undefeated in the camo. But the new technology that they've added to this classic Kobe is just insane, honestly. You know, we've seen a lot of NBA players rocking this on and off the court. It's one of those shoes that you can rock outdoor when you're playing because it's a great outdoor basketball shoe. You can rock in the gym, you can rock casually, and it still looks great no matter what. And I've heard with the updated technologies that it's still a pretty decent shoe, tech-wise. Not the best, of course. Kyrie and PG would definitely beat it there. But it's still a pretty decent shoe, and just because of how the story behind it and the history, being it a Kobe 1, it had to make this list. And coming in next, we do have the Air Jordan 33. Now, I had to give it to this shoe. They've done something that we've never seen before. With, you know, the new lace system. The new lacing system is just absolutely insane. Definitely the most innovative sneaker of this year, in my opinion, I would say. But I just had to give it to this shoe. And now for the results. The basketball sneaker of the year is the Kyrie 5. Now you just cannot pass up on this sneaker, bro. It's just an insane sneaker for basketball, off the court colorway. It's just insane, don't matter what. I love how it's a lightweight sort of shoe with a lot of great grip, comfortability. I don't know if that's a word, but you get what I mean, guys. And a lot of you are probably wondering, why did I not put on the Nike Fear of God collaboration? I know it's a basketball shoe, but it's not like a basketball shoe. You're not going to see people rocking it on the court. So that's the reason why I did not put that in here, because I'm looking for more actual basketball shoes than this. But don't worry, they will be making an appearance in this video. Now, we have the next category. The last category for today is the most hyped up sneaker of the year. Now, a lot of people have got different sort of meanings and definitions when it comes to hype. But for me, it's just about hype. You know, hype is hype. Now, for the first sneaker on the list, I had to give it to, as you heard me before, the Fear of God Nike ones. Now, these are, as I said, a basketball shoe, but these are insane. They come in the whites, they come in the black. Looks super futuristic, looks super sick. I love the shape of the shoe especially. I like what they've done with the bubble as well, how they've sort of wrapped it around the bottom. I know they got inspiration from an older Nike shoe. I can't remember it. If I do, I'll put it up on the screen, but I've forgotten it now. They've sort of modernized that and made it look super clean, super futuristic, and I just love the sneaker. Next up, you guys know I have to give it to the Air Jordan 11 Concord. It's already been on this list once, and now it's twice, because this was just so hyped up for the longest time. Everyone knew it was returning. No one knew when, and then when they actually announced the date, people just went crazy over this. I know it was pretty much a GR, but still, the hype around the sneaker was insane. Like, it was insane. And that's why it is on the list. Next, the last contender on this list is the Jordan 3 Retro DJ Khaled. Another one, you know, the DJ Khaled's in that red colorway in the Jordan 3 were crazy. This was also very crazy. Now, when I say hype, not as many people were talking about this shoe, but it sort of speaks for itself when it's going for $20,000 almost on StockX is the lowest ask. So it was pretty obvious that this was going to be on the shoe, mainly because it's not the people talk, but because of the money talk on this sneaker. You know, it's absolutely insane, the resale value of these sneakers right now. And these did come out in 2018 for you people that will be commenting down below. This was 2017. No, it wasn't. It was 2018 and it was late 2018. So I don't know why you'd be thinking